Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is our committee of the whole meeting on February the 10th, and it is 9:02 this morning. Resolution for approval of agenda.
Moved by Maureen McMillan, second by Carl Keel. Be it resolved that Council for the Township of Killaloe, Haggerty, and Richards hereby adopts the agenda for the Committee of the Whole meeting of February 10th, 2026 as presented.
All those in favor? Carried. And now I'd like to read our First Nations land acknowledgement. As we gather today, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of this committee and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. And we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. And please join me in a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Does anyone have any pecuniary or financial interest to declare? Having seen none. No minutes to approve. No delegations. So we'll start right into the reports. Fire and emergency management.
It's a light report, which is good, especially in the field I'm in. Operations, you see on January 15, January 21, February 3rd, CO alarms. Part of this is because people are setting up the new requirement of having CO alarms on all floors. Ongoing activities, weekly and monthly, weekly truck checks and monthly equipment checks. Recent event, January 20th, we had our bi-monthly meeting. On that, we had AJ Stone come up and measure for our bunker gear for sizing this is what's being paid for under the grant. Mass fit testing, Valley Respiratory Fit Testing came in and did that for us. And we had recognition night with a presentation of long service awards. On the same night, though, as well as long service awards, we had a retirement of Jim Jeffrey. He joined KHR, or well, I guess it wasn't KHR at the time. I'm not sure. 98? No, it wouldn't have been. In 1998. Recent training is we had hazmat review, and the reason for that is we're having exams coming up on Sunday. And you heard that right. That's when everybody was available. And February 3rd, we had a level 2 practical training. We've been doing very good on the practical aspects of our jobs, not so great on the written exams. So there will be a few rewrites on that as well. Upcoming events, because our schedule has been totally massacred with respect to training requirements and scheduling, we're just marking it down for training because it seems to really get changed a lot, especially when they've been looking at exams. So you had a few training nights coming up. March the 4th, we've got the Renfrew County Fire Chiefs Association quarterly meeting. March 11th or 18th, we're still trying to confirm a date. We're doing Millstream Apartments for fire prevention presentation for the elderly. March 11th and 12th, Ontario Parks is doing their defensive tactics training. March 15th on Sunday is the exams, and then we start into the routine again with bi-monthly meeting, training, etc. On the emergency management side, we're dealing with the Okempa working group, and we have a meeting on January 22nd. That's what I have to report.
Yeah, so
Mike Colton.
nice. Things have been rocking and rolling here lately. A lot of cool stuff to report on, a lot of exciting things for kind of the future here. So I'll touch on the Irish gathering. So the committee met for the first time, and that would have been January 26th to kind of discuss the vision and the outlook for this year's event. kind of switching it up this year. We're doing Irish dinner and a performance in the Lions Hall Friday night. That's already been confirmed with our Lions Club. And Saturday is going to be normal programming, kind of status quo for years past. The only difference is I'm requesting for council to look into the possibility of maybe putting a Blarney stone in Station Park. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, it's basically just a big stone that is a part of like cultural heritage and identity. Be like the Killaloe Blarney stone. It'd be temporarily in there, and that's given the fact that there's no stone in there that we can kind of put in as a Blarney stone. So I'm just requesting council if that's something we could do for that event. The Economic Development Council of Ontario. So that was the conference I was at last week. It was a great event, lots of great resources. The networking opportunities there were awesome, and I was really thankful for council letting me go to that. The AMCTO MAP program, I've started level 3 of. I have one more to go after this, and then I have my diploma in municipal administration. So the summer job section, I'm more so just seeking clarification and insurance from council that these positions I've listed are approved regardless if we get funding or not. I would like to start advertising for these positions. Being a small municipality, we always struggle with getting summer students. So the sooner we advertise for it, I think the better. So just seeking clarification that council did already approve all these positions so we can put them up. Controlled burn sign. So I've done further research into it, and for a 2x3 sign, which is 2 feet by 3 feet, we're looking at $45 per sign. With that price, just wondering how many council would like to go with. The funders forum is a new update I got on Monday, actually, and it's a networking opportunity to meet funding organizations, get updates on grants, new upcoming grants, and anything new in the ministry or, business side of things. And that's at March 12th at the My FM Center, which is in Renfrew. The Round Lake fundraising project. So with the OTF grant now being out and me working on it, I've been thinking a lot about how we can fundraise for Round Lake. And with the amazing volunteers that have come in to help out with our volunteer recreation committee, I thought this would be a great idea to raise some money for the rink and show our initiative and commitment to getting that rink back to updated sources. So I'm thinking we can do bacon on a bun. We can do a coffee booth and a hot chocolate booth. I'd like to do a 50-50 draw. And like I said, this is a KHR volunteered rec-led program. And I'm just wondering if there'd be any interest from council to maybe support this event financially or in kind, with either being there to support or maybe helping with the cost to buy the supplies for the event. I will be going to other businesses as well, looking for support for this event, whether it be donation or in kind. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for. So looking to see how council wishes to proceed with supporting of the Round Lake Rink fundraising skate. Permission to see what we can do with that Blarney Stone in Station Park.
You missed a page,
Oh,
the grants. It's on the back of page 1, or maybe your second page. Pothole prevention.
Sorry about that. So yeah, the pothole prevention program, we've been funding conditionally $38,000 for road repairs. Given our asset management plan, road condition report, all that is approved by the grant. We will get the $38,000 for pothole repairs. Immigrant support grant. So I submitted for this grant again. That's to offset the cost of the Irish gathering. The OTF capital grant I'll be submitting for the Round Lake renovation, and then the Enabling Accessibility Fund. It's basically a grant that supports accessibility in municipal offices. I'm still kind of looking in to see how we can fit in it, because I don't want to spend the time putting a square peg in a round hole. So I want to make sure that we have an absolute fit project for it, and then we can go from there on it. And yeah, I will update council whenever I kind of have an idea on that. So that's basically it. Sorry for missing that. So yeah, just seeking permission for the Round Lake fundraising skate and how council wishes to proceed, the Irish gathering with the Blarney Stone, and then just clarification on summer students, and then the controlled burn signs. And that is my report.
Well, thank you. Questions?
Yeah. When is the Round Lake Rink fundraising skate? What's the date for that?
So I am working right now with the committee. I think a tentative date is going to be March 1st, which is a Sunday.
You.
Brian,
Thank you. The Blarney Stone for the Killaloe Park, is that, you said temporarily, so you plan on taking it in and out after the event and back all the time, or?
Yeah, so I mean, in a perfect world, there's going to be a stone in there that we can kind of just call Blarney Stone. But if not, I was wondering if council could maybe approve us temporarily putting a stone in there. And I don't know, I'm sure that I could get help from the public works or volunteers to make that happen, but it would be temporarily in there so it doesn't kind of stay in there and just interfere with everything. But if council wants to keep it in there, that can be an option too.
Dean, do you have any big stones? I'm sure you could find one, couldn't you? I think that's a good idea that you talk to Dean and work something out in regards to a permanent stone in the park. Does anybody have any concerns about that? Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends where it is.
Yeah. Where you have an idea where you might want to put it? Like by the library tree, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I need to chat with the committee and kind of go out there and take a look. I know there's going to be changes to the layout this year at the gathering with our beer garden and that stuff, etc. So I think that once I have a better idea, once the snow leaves and I can kind of get a site plan figured out, I think I'll have a better idea and I'll update council on that whenever I have it.
I think that's fair. If you let us know where it's going to be, and then we can decide if we're going to keep it permanently or maybe even put it one place and move it into another place. There's options. Brian?
There was another question on the controlled burn signs. Did we as a council ever decide how many we wanted on that?
I thought it was either 4 or 6.
I thought we said 2. We said 2 was plenty. If you're having a control burn, you have one side, the other side, you're gonna
Yeah,
have
but
6 or 7 burns.
If they're $45 a piece, though, maybe get 4 just in case just in case something even happens to one, like it's $180.
I think the idea was that we would get 2 sets of 2 because in case there's 2 going on at the same time, 2 control burns, like there could be one in Round Lake, could be another one in Wilno, and we wanted to make sure we had the signs.
So
And I think at that time we thought,
4 sounds like a reasonable.
Yeah.
So just to confirm, I'm getting 4.
you're getting 4.
4. Okay.
Any other questions of Colton?
Oh,
Carol?
this bacon on a bun, are you having bacon or pea meal bacon on the bun?
It's got to be pea meal bacon.
And I suggest when we do it, we pre-cook it in the oven. And then it's done and you just slice it in brown and put it on it. It works great. You don't get all that white stuff out of it. Okay, Bill's the cook, I'm not.
Bill.
Carol would know.
So are we going to, is council going to support the event and give the money, the $300 that we're suggesting? I think it's a good idea.
I think we should. Do we have that in our rec fund anyway? Like we have a fund, don't we, Tammy?
Yeah, so KHR Volunteer Rec has a fund that they could pull money out of. I'm just reaching out to see if council wishes to support it either monetarily or in
Yeah,
kind.
I'm
So-
talking about, sorry, I'm talking about our, do we not have a pot of money for rec or like the rinks and stuff? So we could take the 300 out of that and donate it to the Round Lake Rec for that purpose? Yeah. So I agree with it. I'm for it.
And depending on everyone's availability, would council like to show up and help out?
If I can, I'm away part of that weekend.
Yeah. Depending on everyone's schedule, I think everyone will support it, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe, does anyone else have any questions?
Well, no, did you get your summer student posting approval?
I do believe council said go ahead with the summer students. I'm just clarifying that all the positions that I've listed, council has approved regardless of funding or not. So that's all I want, is just that all the positions I've listed are approved regardless of funding.
I don't think there was any hesitation. We talked about it before. I think I have a piece of paper. I hardly have any pieces of paper. But I think Charlene had done a study for me that it was, in total, we had spent somewhere around $70,000 for summer students. And that we had $8,000 or $9,000 in return from grants. Does that make sense? Yeah, find that piece of paper. But
It would
Charlene,
be more, it would be more between 12 to 15,000. Because I believe the one grant was 8,000. And I believe the other one was maybe 6.
Whenever we got funded for both, it was
Yeah.
that in 2023. Last year, we only got funded for one, but when we got funded for both, it was that, yeah.
I know Charlene had done a study on it, and at that time, it didn't seem like it would be a make or break thing as far as the students. We felt the students were very important to have. And I didn't see any hesitation at that time, to not do it. Because the students are very important to our operation. Is
Yeah, I
any-
say go ahead.
everybody okay with that?
One more question. Who was at the Irish Gathering meeting from the Lions Club?
Jim,
Jim Homer.
Perfect.
So, and that was my question. Maybe just elaborate a little more on the Irish Gathering as far as how the decision came to having 2 nights or to have one inside and one on the outside, and maybe the organizational structure this year is a little different.
yeah, so we wanted to have one event inside because we want to do a dinner. It's going to be more of a kind of low key a night with dancing, kind of near the end of it. Got great performers. In terms of the outdoor event, it's pretty much staying the same. There's going to have to be a change with where we locate our beer garden. I have to do that once the snow is gone and we have time to actually look at the site. And that is also not just me, that's with the Lions as well, and kind of what they're thinking. So in terms of that, I don't really have much to say on that, other than that's probably what's going to happen. I'm not sure really what more. I need to see stuff before I can really report on it.
I think the feeling was the risk of the Friday night, and because of weather, why take a chance? And at the same breath, we can have it inside and have an Irish stew, I think it was, something like that. And there can be constant food, and we don't have to worry about the weather. And plus it can go it doesn't have to stop at dark. So it can go beyond if there's enough entertainment to do that. So there was a lot of advantages to try this. I think the feeling was that it sort of hit the wall, has hit the wall the last couple of years. And this is something different, and it might be helpful to the situation. So did I miss anything?
I think you hit her all.
Okay. Good. Any other questions of Colton? Brian?
So do you have music booked for the Friday night in the Lions Club?
Yes.
You do. Good.
Council already gave pre-approval to go ahead with the Irish Gathering candidate, so I booked those people.
Okay, move.
Recently, I don't know if it was the last meeting, about the conflict between the powwow dates and the Irish Gathering, and that Colton wasn't here, so that might be some feedback you want to give in consideration for them. Yeah.
Well, the conflict has been going since we started the Irish Gathering. It's been always the same weekend. And we've never had, I don't think you have certain people go to the Irish Gathering and see certain people go to the powwow. I don't think it's ever been a conflict as far as attendance. I don't think we did talk about it at the committee meeting. I don't think that was brought up, but there's a feeling that it doesn't conflict at all. Like, yes, it is the same date, and everyone's outside. So people want to do both, they can do both.
It's also challenging to move the Irish gathering because it goes long weekend, then Killaloe Craft and Community Fair, then the Irish gathering, and then if not, then you're pushing it into the end, the last week in August, and that's a Petawawa thing, Petawawa River thing, or is that correct? There was some other festival,
Yeah, the Water and Dirt Festival.
Water and Dirt.
Yeah,
Festival.
which we are a part of this year.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, this is the grant that you're applying for, the Round Lake Rink. That's the one we've applied for previously in the same model.
Yes, the OTF capital grant is what we applied for last year for the Round Lake Rink, yes.
And this one is a 50-50 or 60-40?
$200,000 at 100%. Everything above that is at the township's expense.
Okay.
Up to $200,000.
Up to 200. So you've already applied for that?
I'm in the midst right now. I'm sourcing other options, finding quoting differences and trying to find the cheapest available option to do this rink. So if we do get it, it's going to be the least cost to the township, what we have to pay. Because I know the original estimate last year was 350,000, and just right now, I think the most we could pay would be 290. Like that is the most I think we can pay. So I was able to find more kind of, I guess, different options that offer kind of two of the same services instead of just one and one. You know, instead of one person to pave, one person to put in sonotubes, one person to tear down the boards, one person to build the boards. I kind of was able to find kind of bundle deals that just came in at a much cheaper price.
We like bundle deals. Those are good. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Public Works. Hey,
Okay, so regular winter road maintenance continues. We've been steaming some culverts. Even though that it's cold weather, we've actually had to steam a few. Snow removal, pushing snowbanks back. There also is a shortage of salt in Ontario. Everybody probably heard about that. And it could take up to 2 or 3 weeks of salt to be delivered to KHR. As of now, our salt shed is pretty full with capacity, but I will be looking at ordering another load shortly, just because like this time of year, we could look at freezing rain and stuff. That's it for the road reports. Waste management, Tammy and I sat down with a meeting with Greenview and MOECC staff members with regards to the Red Rock landfill expansion for C&D bulky waste. We just had to go over different clarifications and stuff with that. So I think it went fairly well. Other than that, for waste management, we had to hire a welder to do some repairs in the garbage compactor on the hinges on the garbage compactor. So other than that, that's it for my report.
good. Any questions of Dean? Bill?
So for the Red Rock landfill expansion, what's the timeline on that?
For expanding it?
Yeah, that you say you're for
Yep.
expansion for CNC bulky waste. So is that going ahead or?
Well, right now we do have quite a bit of capacity there within like over 10 years, I think it is. But
Okay.
in the future, we want to go farther for KHR as a whole, right? So
Okay.
we do have capacity right now, but we just want to move forward with this because working with the MOECC, it does take a lot of time. I think, Tammy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they said sometimes whatever we submitted, Greenview submitted on KHR's behalf would take up to 6 to 8 months probably for a response. So it does take some time for their staff to look into it, so.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so to expand in the future, like you're saying, after the 10 years or whatever time it is, would we be expanding on our property that we now own, or do we have to purchase more land to do that?
As of right now, we're looking at the MTO yard if you're going towards Pembroke, so that'd be north going towards Pembroke.
Right.
So we're looking at that right now as an option,
Expanding.
expanding, yes.
Thank you.
I have, I have one question. Is there any way we can get a A curiosity question. Who determines the length of time that you, and space that you have until it's filled, until there needs to be an expansion? Because at some point, other municipalities, they've been given 10 or 12 years in that they are allowed. And then all of a sudden, in a year or so, it gets shortened to 6 to 8 years. How do they determine? Is it the government that decides that, or is it up to us, or who does that?
Every year, just like we did at the KHR or our Mask Road landfill site as well. Every year, Greenview comes in and does a survey of the block. So if they estimate there's going to be X amount of material go in at this time, it could be over capacity because just say, for instance, C&D, there could be maybe more houses going in or tear down cottages and stuff like that. So it just depends on the volume of material. At the Mask Road landfill site there, whatever, we got an extension to go higher. So that's why we went higher, but it all depends on volume. So like, we can't predict how much volume comes in. The one year with the flooding and stuff like that in 2017 and 2019, there was substantial amount that had to go in there. So that cut that lifespan back, right? So every year they do a survey for the volume of what actually physically went in there.
So in other words, Greenview's our go-to person that,
Between Greenview and the ministry.
And the
They work
ministry,
Together.
yes, correct.
okay, good, thank you. Anybody else? We're good. Thank you. No correspondence, no unfinished business, new business. Tammy?
So I'm just wondering if that date is okay with all council, for Will to come as a delegation to present the financial statements. It's one of our regular council meetings.
Sounds good. March 17th, it's on your agenda.
Okay. I can confirm with you.
Great. No closed session and motion for adjournment.
Moved by Harold Levine, second by Carl Keel, motion to adjourn the committee of the whole meeting of February 10th, 2026 for the township of Killu, Hagerty and Richards.
All those in favor? Carried.